All right, guys, good afternoon. Welcome aboard to the aftermarket recap. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks again for taking the time out of your day to join me today and every day, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when the markets are open here on YouTube. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit that like button if you like these videos. Appreciate it as always. Let's go ahead and begin. The Dow gained nearly 600 points, 599 points today. NASDAQ gained nearly 3%, 2.92%. S&P up 2.14. Nice day all around. VIX down 6.11%, broke down below 30, 29.83. Equal weight S&P up 1.61%. So the S&P gained because the NASDAQ did well. Tech. Small caps gained 1.59%. That's IWM. The dollar was relatively flat, 98.99. Yields did jump up 2.16% on the U.S. 10-year. Again, we have FOMC tomorrow. Gold was down 1.87% on GLD. Silver down 0.69%. Did see that high yield credit was bid. Investment grade credit was bid, which is nice. That really shows a risk-off move here. A risk-on move, excuse me. Crude oil down 7.6%. Big fall from the top at 130. There is a gap to fill down at 92.44. So again, if you are looking to play some puts, like on ExxonMobil, like we did today, we had the 80 puts. There may be a little more of an opportunity there to fill that gap and possibly bounce. And you can probably take a look at maybe an opportunity to short oil here to 92.44 and then probably bounce up to around 100. The only issue is that you have the Fed. So that's really the wild card here. Gasoline down 6.84%, $2.95 a gallon. Gold, 19.19 an ounce. Silver, 25.09 an ounce. Bitcoin up 1.74%, 39,505. Ethereum up 3.85%, 26.28. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me there. I had Starbucks right now. Let's go ahead and go over the groups. What worked, what didn't. Energy being the worst today, down 2.19%. Technology, cyclicals, communication services, consumer defensives, healthcare, industrials, utilities, financials, real estate, materials, all ended green. That's a really good thing to see. But keep in mind, in year-to-date performance, energy is still leading the way, 19%. So a little give back on energy. Even if you are long, you're going to see a little bit of volatility. Again, that's all what happens with Ukraine and Russia. Let's go ahead and take a look here at crypto. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, looking at an hourly chart. Really the big thing here, we've seen all these spikes and fades here and there. You really want to get above 45,000 before anything meaningful. Anything that where I would consider that the bottom is in is 52,000. And I think that we have a shot at all-time highs. But really 45,000 is that first level, and then we'll get to 52. So that's really all I'm looking for in terms of that. Other than that, tomorrow is the FOMC, big day. That's the decision on interest rates. I'll preview it real quick. Basically, what we're looking at is a 25 basis point hike. But really what you're looking at here for the S&P is that we're pricing in about 6 hikes for the end of the year. So if we go ahead and do the math, you're talking about, if we do quarter points, that's 150 basis points to the upside. So that's 1.5% of what we're, 1.5% is basically what we're expecting by the year end. Right now, Fed funds is right around a quarter, near 0%. But again, a 25% rate hike is not a need concern like for the end of the world. But what that means is that, again, we're getting into a cycle of tightening. I think it's already priced in. I expect tomorrow that we'll go ahead and fall a little bit, kind of a little bit of volatility, and then we'll get a bounce after Powell starts speaking. This is where we want to take a look here at 42.52 being a key level. We're there right now. What I expect, honestly, is to screw everyone over. We'll go ahead and just fall, if anything, kind of retest 41.75 or so. And then after Powell starts speaking or FOMC, we'll get back up. And then possibly 4,300 might be in range. Again, if you're talking about a no rate hike to a 25 basis point hike. If we get a 50 basis point hike, I believe that we'll get down to 41.01. So again, I really can't call it on what they're going to do. I can only have my expectations based on probabilities. 50 basis point is really aggressive. So that would show me that, hey, they're not as accommodative as we think. And then that's pretty much worth getting down to 41.01. Possibly 4,000. We'll see. And it depends on the commentary. But for a 25 basis point hike, I think we go higher. 42.52 was a nice close. Remember, that's the bottom end. We've been talking about this for a while now. These levels here on the daily. We can go ahead and bring this up here, and then we'll answer some questions. And, you know, I've been basically looking at this the whole time. Remember, we were talking about the 25, the 50-yard line, the 25, and what have you. Right now, we're kind of crossing to that 25-yard line. Or, yeah, about the 20-yard line. Let's just say this is the 40, and then this is your half line. Let's just call it midfield. But again, 42.52, key resistance. If we can break out of that, I can see us getting to 4,300 above the 20-day on the daily. That'll kind of give us some momentum to get us to 43.71. A lot of people have asked me, is this possibly a bottom? I would say that if we go ahead and move higher after the Fed rate hikes, I think the bottom is possibly in being at 41.01. So that's what I think. All right, found out what a bag is today. I like it. Hey, well done on XOM. GS, hey Carlos, what's up? Thoughts on Palantir and DraftKings? Again, guys, these are high beta names. So what does that mean? Again, low beta means it moves in relative to the S&P. Lower the beta means it moves slower, less volatile. High beta means that, you know, they move 4 through 5x moves, sometimes 2.5, 3.5 moves on what the S&P does. So they're considered high beta. I love Palantir long term. Don't get me wrong. There is a gap to fill at 13.55. If we break 12.50, I'm going ahead and trying to get in calls for the 13.5. Have I bought anything else in terms of more shares? No. I don't think a bottom is in yet. I want to see what tomorrow brings. Maybe we get some good news from the Ukraine and Russia front, and then it should be smooth sailing from there. In terms of DraftKings, I love DraftKings as well. Very, very similar chart to Palantir. Remember, these are all growth names, SPACs that have been kind of pushed in together. You know, those high beta NASDAQ names, they're all following. They're very rare you're going to see something that's green out of those high betas. Unless, you know, for whatever, they must have really good earnings, if anything. But for the most part, they're pretty much lumped together. So again, when one bounces, all will, and then you'll have kind of the rising tide lifts all boats scenario. Do you own NEO? Good levels to buy? I do own NEO. I have not bought anymore, but we may get to the point that, you know, the Chinese stock kind of like fear is maybe overdone. I mean, we could definitely get to around 945 on NEO. But again, if we bottom out on the NASDAQ, NEO is going to bounce, and you're starting to talk about maybe filling this gap here at 27, 23. There is some gaps up and there is some gap down. So again, I can't really call it. I got to see how the market reaction is to the Fed's decision. Carlos, is it now the time to start buying Google, Apple after FOMC decision, assuming 25 basis? Assuming 25 basis, I want to see the reaction. Maybe we can retest 41.50, and then I'd probably get the green light to buy some more Google and Apple. But again, you're beholden to all that volatility from Eastern Europe. So again, it's not smooth sailing, but again, we got to see if we can get some kind of peace deal going. Appreciate the info. What's your view on WL long term? Let's see, WL. Wilmington Trust. I don't know what WL is. Oh, what's your WL long term? Win-loss, I don't have that in front of me. I'd have to take a look. But I can tell you this week we did very well. I think it was the first perfect week probably since last November. It's been a very tricky tape looking all around, obviously with all the volatility, but we've done very well and we've adapted. Finally, we're starting to get some really good momentum, both up and down, and starting to see how the patterns are coming along. Oh, appreciate the info. What's your watch list long term? Oh, excuse me. Long term, again, what I want to buy, I want to get into some more Apple. Definitely want to buy some more Microsoft. I want to buy some more United Health. Health is a little more defensive. Definitely would want to buy some more Goldman Sachs. Definitely Google. Amazon would probably be a little more my back burner, but I definitely want to buy some more Palantir and probably add to some more of Alibaba. Alibaba is more of a speculative. Palantir is one of my core. I love Palantir, and I definitely want to buy more. So definitely looking into buying some more. All good, my bad. It's all good, Chris. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your afternoon. I will not be tomorrow. I will not be doing the morning note tomorrow. I have to go down south to pick up my mother-in-law. She's staying with us for the weekend. So again, I will come back for the aftermarket recap. I'll definitely give you guys what's going on in terms of the market. We'll go over the Fed, and we'll see from there. So tomorrow, not much. Again, a lot of positioning. I don't have any trades open currently. So again, kind of washing my hands. Nice day. So we leave it at that. All right, guys. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Oh, your question, George. I didn't see your question. Do you own NEO? Oh, when did I buy NEO? Let me see. What levels did I buy? Sorry, didn't finish the story. Or in terms of the video. What levels would I buy NEO? To be completely honest, it's really based on what the Fed does in terms of tomorrow and in terms of the Ukraine stuff. There is a possibility we can get down to $9.43. Maybe sub 10 would be nice, but this could be a bottom too. It's very tough to call. But again, if you wanted get $20, I think that's a meaningful bounce, or at $9. You can set up a limit order there. Sorry about that. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the aftermarket recap. Cheers.